Hello guys, welcome back to King's Eyes channel. King's Eyes here, and happy to be able to give you guys another video while I take my little Sunday drive. So, fellas, my video today, right after doing some thinking, and like all my other videos, this one is off the dome, so it's nothing scripted or anything like that. So, if I ramble a little too much or whatever, I apologize now, but hey. So, what I want to talk about is the problem, right? The problem that humans are having right now is mainly with each other. Division, right? Division between us. Division between political standings or nature versus nurture, sex, education, whatever. There's a bunch of division going on. And the one I'm going to be addressing today is probably the one that's most important to all of us, and that's between the sexes. You see, today, men like to complain that women are the problem. Right? They unruly, they're evil, they are irresponsible, and the list goes on, right? They're all of these things. Well, though that may be true, right? Let's look into some of the statistics. Okay, and I'm a black male, so some of these statistics are going to come from, the black, American black culture. All right, so around 78% of children are born into wedlock. Or to be more precise, born to single-parent households. And we know in America, since some laws were changed about 100 years ago, or a little bit over 100 years ago, that children to a separated couple go to the mother. So most of these children that are born to single-parent households are awarded to the mothers. Okay? You have a ton of American melanated people locked up, in particular males, right? And we like to say, 80% of the people in jail, or the men in jail, were raised by single mothers. So the majority of black children are born to single-parent household and raised by their mothers, and are very likely to go to jail. Right? You have a lot of melanated people that are welfare sponges. Okay? Because they don't have enough discipline to work themselves out or better their situation or da-da-da-da, right? One thing that I pay attention to is the life goal of each of the sexes, right? And if you look at it, you might agree that this is a problem as well with quote-unquote women, right? The role of the female of any species is to survive, right? Because if you look at birds, it's the males that are pretty. It's the males that have the colorful plumage, the attention-grabbing characteristics. And that's because the male's role is to thrive, to pass on his genes with as many mates as possible to thrive in life. So you look at the human animal. And it is more pressed that the woman be pretty. But in our situation, she kind of took on both roles. Because her situation is still to survive. Society is set up to make sure she survives. Right? Her value is more than yours. Naturally. She's born with so many eggs. Right? A lot of guys take thousands of lives at the minimum every day. You know, you take them with your knuckles. If you catch my drift. You know, hitting knuckle children. But if you look at the black society, the melanated people's society right now, you know, they say, again, lazy, undisciplined, can't build themselves up. Well, not to get into all the minutia of this, because it's a pretty deep subject, but the majority of households and children are ran and raised by women. Women's job is to survive. So if they reach a certain level of security, whether that be through government or whether that be through, you know, whatever kind of means, social security means or whatever, once a certain amount of security is reached, they become stagnant. Because it is the woman's role to survive. Few women have the ability to thrive. Now notice I said few because every man does not have the ability to thrive. All is never the case, right? So as long as they're getting enough help from their security blanket, whether that be the government or some branch of the government dealing with social security or whatever, they will hunker down and stay right where they are. And now you compound that with 78% of the children being raised with these organisms that are content surviving. And you have a stagnant culture. You have a stagnant people. Because those female organisms, female human, cannot teach a man how to thrive, how to fulfill his biological function. She can't. It's not in her. She never had to compete in that arena. So, all of this evidence that I presented to you says that females are the problem, which a lot of us feel. A lot of men feel that way. Especially black men. And don't get me wrong, to a degree, I agree. But it's a little more skewed than most people grasp. But I'm here to say that men are actually the problem. We're quick to point out ain't shitness in anybody, in any man, right? Oh, he ain't shit. Oh, he ain't shit. Oh, he ain't shit. Oh, he ain't shit. Even women, he ain't shit. Right? Quick to point out ain't shitness in any man. But when it comes to women, because we think with our fallacies, it is hard for us to pinpoint the ain't shitness of women. Because the fact of the matter is, though children are awarded to women and 78% of black kids are born to single parent households, meaning women, men have to make a woman a mother. If you choose to make a certain woman a mother and you did not take the time to pinpoint, locate her ain't shitness, then it's your fault what comes to you through thinking with your phallus. If you approach a woman and you find yourself always doing what the woman wants because you want to make her happy, you're breeding negative traits into that woman. You're masculinizing her. Because when you agree with her, when you do it, she wants all the time. When you constantly on her tip talking about, oh, she's so smart and all of this and all of that, and you are giving positive feedback, which will cause more of that behavior to happen, leading to her ain't shitness growing. Because you follow your phallus and you want to pass on your genes, which is your biological imperative. You tell her what she wants to hear. You agree with every idea she has. You don't check her. You don't call out her ain't shitness like you do for males. This stunts her growth. The fact of the matter is, there are far more ain't shit women out here than women that have their stuff together. Just like there's far more ain't shit guys out here than guys that have their stuff together. And I don't mean just economically, oh, you just got a lot of money, because you cannot have a lot of money and still be an upstanding man. Handling your business, mentally strong, making a way in this life. But men encouraging women's negative behavior is what is causing this problem to grow exponentially. Every time you hear a woman say something stupid, women are just as strong as men. Yeah, girl, you're right. Y'all sure live just as strong as us. Nah, that woman's walking around believing she's just as strong as a man. So when she's confronted in a situation or trouble is presented to her, she feels she can physically muscle her way through it, and she gets hurt from that flawed thinking that you encouraged. Men today are the source of the problem. We may not be the biggest problem, it very well is one, but we are the source. So in essence, the problem come with us. If we stop making ain't shit women with high ain't shitness levels, mothers, single parent rates will go down. Black people will be able to build themselves up like they used to. The fact of the matter is, that means the majority of women won't have children for a generation. But see, once that generation that's so steeped in ain't shitness dies off, it's gonna leave behind gems. And then you have exponential growth. So, though women make up the majority of the problems, because men are the source of those problems, men are the problem. And until we recognize that, we ain't gonna be able to change anything. Alright, the problem starts with us. We the head. Alright, thank you for joining today. See you next time.